I should edit my videos. I just go and tape. I mean, like, like. So, yeah, I'm gonna talk about continued, domestic violence with, what I just said. Okay. What should have been done ever since the beginning of time, ever since, buildings were made. Because there's so much domestic violence, and I'm talking about, with parents and children. In my opinion, there wouldn't have been enough, buildings. I'm just talking about a protective, hospital unit. I mean, I would have been happy living in a garage when I almost died 2006 with domestic violence. I mean, it was horrible. And that was my mom's property. She'd follow me. She'd go to my boyfriend's house. I'm just trying to get away from her. So I have a bad boyfriend. Late Theodore Carl Samler died. And the poor poor victimized daughter doesn't have anywhere to go but usually a bad boyfriend. Right? That's just the way it is. It's really, really sad. So let's get back into, okay, Lorraine Bobbitt, and, if you travel time, the time travelers, them could be real. Let's just get Lorraine Bobbitt and, my dead husband's, first girlfriend together. First domestic violence, different, right? They could have been best. They could have been friends. I could have been friends with Lorraine Bobbitt. God. And, being protected from any type of domestic violence. So, yeah. My dead husband's first girlfriend and Lorraine Bobbitt could have been friends if it was the right timing. No facility was ever made like that. Well, why not? I never had any choices. I never had any, I never had any support. I didn't have any emotional support. I just watched a video, express words. So Kevin was talking about, that the victim always wants validation from they were wronged. The victim has to be strong and accept that there is no validation for all the wrong that was done to them. And that's what's so sad. So, the domestic violent abuser goes, I don't even call it that. The insane abuser shits all over the victim, and the victim has to, deal with it. They're the ones that have to deal with all the hell that their insane abuser did. I just saw a recent Instagram of Patrick Teahan, and he did an excellent one of pictures of his childhood and how awful his dad, the devastating words that his dad said to him. Wow, that's severe domestic violence. Just absolutely horrible. Not one good thing, I guess. That's so sad. Patrick Teahan ever said to his son. And he turned out good. Wow. I mean, that's a really, it's awesome. Really inspiring to people who were through it. And unfortunately, I was just an airhead, and I basically look at myself as mentally ill back in my childhood, that I was retarded, that I wasn't able to take anything in because you put up a barrier. So you put up a mind block to protect you. I was not aware at all, period. So much into myself that I couldn't even watch TV. It's pretty bad. That's how much I wasn't observant. So that's how much was stolen from me. So I'm like really, 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 really severely traumatized, abused to death. Okay, so then it didn't matter that I wasn't thrown up against the wall at age, possibly it stopped at 5. I wouldn't know. I don't have, 4 or 5 could have stopped it. That's severe damage from like my first memories. I closed myself off, and everybody hates me, and I hate myself. I absolutely hated myself. I absolutely hated everybody. And I go into first grade, and that's like, what the fuck? Or kindergarten, all the little people want me dead. I mean, that's really severe mental trauma. Mental murder is what I was forced to go through. Like, oh my god, I thought the little tiny people wanted me dead. That's because that's all, the big people that were supposed to take care of me, they wanted me dead. So I just concluded when I was in kindergarten, looking around the little people, they all want me dead too. Oh no, I'm Butter from South Park, they all want me dead. Oh no. It's insane. So yes, it's horrible that, no one, I mean, I was abused that bad that, I couldn't communicate to somebody that I needed saving. And what happens? Usually abused kids are taken to another abusive place, like the House of Horror. There's 13 children. They're taken into foster care, and they abused them. The same, or if not worse. And it's just disgusting. It really is. It's totally disgusting. That there's just not barely any good in this world. That's why everyone needs their own place. And it's just sad that some decent church should have stepped in my opinion, because that's what church is supposed to be, like, to help out a victim, or, there is no help. It's really, really sad. It's really sad. And, I wouldn't know how to even begin to, like, help out the homeless woman. Like, I never got help. I had to help out myself. I had to try to... this world is just awful. It shouldn't be that bad. You think a billionaire would, like, help out really, really desperate people who really, really need help, who are good people. They're not drug addicts. They're not gonna go seek kill. Like, all the abusers, they just need help. Like a one time, like, I'm talking about, I've been devastated for my whole life, so I needed, like, 6 months, like, of, you know, to calm down and just to be all by myself, no boyfriends, an ex-boyfriend, like, really fucking me up, like, I don't want all his problems. He was majorly abused in foster care. I don't need to know, I don't want to join up with that shit. I already had enough shit, and I don't need to counsel him. I mean, I would be willing to counsel him. I mean, he doesn't want to be counseled. Well, fine. Keep all your shit and hate yourself, like he told me the other day he hated himself. Alright, well, I can't help you. Anyone who hates themselves really can't be helped. Seriously. And most people, unfortunately, hate themselves, and then they're liars. You don't know, how much they hate themselves. Whatever. Too many people hate themselves. You can't do anything about it. They can't be helped. But people say, well, if they're not born again, then they can't love you. But that's a lie, because some people love themselves, like late Susan Chappelle, 12 years ago. This lady was one in a million ladies, and she loved herself. She was not a Jesus person, so she loved me. So, you don't have to be born again to love someone. But you have to love yourself in order to love someone else. So all these people that don't love themselves, like my ex, like, well, there's no way you could love me. Oh, but I love you. No. Can't love unless you love yourself. And people don't love themselves at all. They're people pleasers, all these people pleasers, they really don't love themselves. They're pushovers. Like me, I'm taught to be a people pleaser and a pushover, and, it's not right that I almost think everyone doesn't love themselves. It's just, it's pretty bad. And all God can do is, God tests man to be but beast. And that's in Ecclesiastes. So his plan is to burn up the earth. I mean, you can't do anything, right? There's too many Mr. Bobbits in the world. So that's a really, really good example. Let's just keep our eyes focused on Mr. Bobbit. He was a total insane nut. And the world's full of them. So what can God do but blow up the earth? God will destroy this earth in fire. And then he creates a new heavens and new earth, and that's found in 2 Peter chapter 3. 1 day is 1,000 years, 1,000 years is 1 day. Do not think God is slow. He is waiting for his last to repent. Then he comes back as a thief in the night and destroys this earth in fire. He comes back as a thief because when he came back as a baby, what did we do? We tortured mankind, who's not kind at all and totally insane. God tests man to be but beast. What did the beast do? They tortured him on the cross, but that was only for people like